Hello, everybody, and welcome to Talkin' Chalk. I'm Ken Berthelot. On this edition of Talking Chalk, we're talking Saints football. Saints football foundations, to be exact. There are a number of Saints players who have foundations who do an awful amount of good for our community and for people around the world. One of those is Heath Evans. The Heath Evans Foundation recently held their second annual softball game at Zephyr Stadium. It was a sold-out stadium as fans watched the offense battle the defense. Everybody had a good time, and more importantly, a lot of money was raised to help sexually abused children. It's one of the real problems in today's world, and Heath Evans has attacked this problem from the heart. When we come back, we'll talk with Heath Evans about the softball game at Zephyr Field and some of the other things the Heath Evans Foundation has done to raise money to help the children of New Orleans, especially those who have been sexually abused. All of that right after this on Talkin' Chalk. Welcome back to Talkin' Chalk. The summer softball game for the Heath Evans Foundation to help sexually abused children in the New Orleans area was a big success. Zephyr Field was sold out. Everybody had fun as the offense battled the defense. Let's talk with Heath Evans and find out exactly what this was all about.
Make you it's got to be very gratifying to you, Heath, to see this kind of response to your foundation.
Yeah, well, again, and this is why we love New Orleans, and this city's been good to us. This city needs us as well, so it's a good mix.
Why is this foundation and this crowd so important to you?
Well, it shows that people believe in the cause, and obviously this is football driven, I know that, but you know what, they won't just come out for football players with a bad cause. So listen, childhood sexual abuse is a nasty issue, but this city needs us, like I said before, and it just shows that, hey, listen, people don't mind putting their money towards a good cause.
We talked to you at Christmas time. Sean Payton had given you $10,000 at a local church. The church helped you. As you look at that, do you know specifically if anything good has come out of that where you really helped some kids and sexually abused kids?
Oh, that $10,000 was for all Christmas gifts, and yeah, there were some great smiles on Christmas Day because of the money that the Play It Forward Foundation gave it to us through Sean and Beth Payton. But obviously lives throughout all New Orleans, 50-plus victims in New Orleans that we're helping right now through childhood sexual abuse issues.
So what does it mean to you specifically that all of the Saints players would come out here and support your foundation, many with their own foundations to support also?
Well, that's a tribute to Mickey Loomis and Sean Payton for bringing in the right type of guy. Good character guys that believe in a city, guys that believe in this community and that want to do the right thing, and the Heath Evans Foundation is part of that.
People who are watching this show right now, if they can support your program, what would you tell them? How could they support it?
Well, pretty much everybody knows someone who's been sexually abused, so I think everyone is indebted to what we're doing. 1 out of 4 young girls before the age of 18, 1 out of 6 males before the age of 18 will be sexually abused. This isn't a Heath and Beth Evans cause. This is a world cause. This is a national cause. People got to get involved. HeathEvans.org, all the information's there. We need help.
This softball game is just one of many events that Heath Evans and the Heath Evans Foundation does for sexually abused children in our area. Last Christmas, there was another big event, and it also involved the head football coach of the New Orleans Saints, Sean Payton, and his Play It Forward Foundation. Sean Payton donated $10,000 from his foundation to the Heath Evans Foundation to make certain that sexually abused children in the New Orleans area would not be shorted for Christmas, that they would have plenty of Christmas gifts. The event took place at Celebration Church on Airline Highway, right here in New Orleans.
Coach Sean Payton, great, admirable cause here. Thank you so very much. And why did you decide to get involved in this?
Well, my wife and I had started our foundation about 3.5 years ago, and when this specific idea came about, Heath Evans, one of our players, had brought it to our attention, and it epitomized what we were looking to do in regards to help. And we had finished a big fundraiser back in the fall, and had really awarded most of the monies, but we still had a number of causes that we wanted to help out, and this was one that it really made a lot of sense, especially this time of the year.
Why is this one very special to you?
Well, it's special because it deals with the children. It deals with the children in this community, and somehow making their Christmas a little bit better than it would have been otherwise is important.
No matter what's happened with the New Orleans Saints on the field, you and your wife have always been so heavily involved in helping people through the foundations. Why is that so special?
Well, it's important to us, number one, in the position we're in. When we came here after Katrina in 2006, there were so many groups that needed help, and it really made a lot of sense for us to begin a foundation. Our Peytons Play It Forward to create an avenue to help, and we feel that responsibility being a part of this community, and certainly being the head coach of the New Orleans Saints. You feel that, and it's easy to do that, and it's I think something that's important for all of us that are in this type of position, and it's also important for our children. My wife and I have 2 children, to see the effort and the enthusiasm by so many people helping our efforts.
You give so much. What do you get out of it?
Well, it's like anything else. As you get older in life, you realize that giving sometimes is a lot better than getting, and so everyone, I think, has their own specific intentions, but there is that feeling when you do something like today, when you drive away and you feel like you made a difference, and I think that's part of the human spirit.
And Dennis, this is such a fabulous thing for Celebration to do for the local community and to get the support from the New Orleans Saints.
Yes, it is, and we are so appreciative of Coach Peyton and also Heath Evans and their foundation's investment in helping us help hurting people, especially those who've been injured in such a way.
How did you guys approach the Saints and get them interested in this foundation?
Well, actually, we counsel several hundred people a week through our Celebration Hope Center ministry, and we try to provide free counsel as much as possible. And many of the people who come have experienced sexual abuse trauma in their life, and Heath Evans Foundation is about that, about helping people who've been through that kind of trauma. And so just the partnership worked out together, and it's been a great partnership, and we, again, are grateful not only for Heath Evans and his foundation assisting us, but now Coach Peyton's foundation as well.
When we come back, we'll talk with other Saints about supporting the Heath Evans Foundation and about their foundations, like Jonathan Vilma and Malcolm Jenkins. All of that right after this on Talkin' Chalk. Welcome back to Talkin' Chalk. What was really amazing about the Heath Evans Foundation softball game at Zephyr Field was the way it was so well received by the entire Saints football team. Rookies, veterans, all were there to make sure that Heath Evans Foundation was well supported, and everybody had a great time doing it. Of course, some of the Saints also have foundations and are looking for support from their teammates and support from you when their foundation has an event. 2 of those players are linebacker Jonathan Vilma and free safety Malcolm Jenkins. Let's hear from these players about the Heath Evans Foundation softball game and about their foundations and how they're helping our community and people around the world.
Jonathan, first of all, it's got to be very gratifying for you to come out here and see the support for the Heath Evans Foundation.
Yes, this is great. This is the second time that Heath has put it on out here, and I think it's a wonderful idea. Middle of the off season, everyone's here. We want to come and support. He has a great foundation, a great cause, and I believe that everyone here feels the same way about it.
Why are you here supporting Heath's foundation?
I'm here, one, because Heath is a great person, not only a great player, a great person. He strongly believes in helping out and doing what he can for abused, sexually abused kids, things like that. And, it hit home for him having his wife in that situation. So for me, being a friend, I want to come and support as much as I can.
And to help out kids who are sexually abused has to be something very special to you too.
Oh, it has to be, just because it's very important to Heath. Heath is a great friend of mine, and I believe in what he believes in.
When you see the crowd and the attendance that's here to support the Heath Evans Foundation, to see Saints players too, but to help sexually abused children, what message do you think that sends?
I think it sends a great message. First and foremost, it's not okay. It's not the right thing to do. Secondly, there is help. Don't feel like you're alone. Don't feel like you have no one to turn to. You look at all these people, you look at us, they can turn to us, and we'll help as much as we can.
Your foundation, tell us the name of it and a little bit about it.
Yeah, it's the Jonathan Vilma Foundation. It's to help Haiti, building schools in Haiti. I'm actually heading down there in June with Artists for Peace and Justice. I partner with them to go down and help build schools. They have a couple schools up already, and we want to also help teach the language in French instead of Creole, which is their native language. And really, it's a long-term project for, for 10, 20 years. We want to make Haiti better than what it was before the earthquake.
Why is this foundation close to your heart?
It's close to my heart because both of my parents were born and raised in Haiti. Me being of Haitian descent, it's huge for me to go back to help, and the biggest thing is that I can help. I'm fortunate enough to be in that situation to give back to the community, give back to the country, and that's what I plan to do.
How can people who are watching this show help the Jonathan Vilma Foundation?
Easily. They can go on jonathanvilma.org. They can look up however they want to help, whether it's time, whether it's money. It makes no difference to me as long as the attitude is positive and your thoughts are genuine.
Malcolm Jenkins, it's got to warm your heart to see this type of a turnout for the Heath Evans Foundation and for the Saints.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think last year was a nice turnout, and this year was even better. And especially amongst it where it's a lockout and everybody's kind of fiending to get around us. It's good that they came out to support us and support a good cause.
The teammates of Heath Evans here in force.
Yeah, I mean, we're a tight team. We definitely support each other in our endeavors, and it's a good cause. And whenever you have those combinations, there's people that you love, and then they're doing something good. It's always nice to support them.
I know you like to support the foundations of other players. Why is the Heath Evans Foundation important to you, Malcolm?
I mean, well, I personally haven't dealt with sexual abuse as a child, but I know there are millions of people that are dealing with this, and Heath tells us the statistics all the time about how many people are affected by it, and it's people that you don't even know. So whenever he asks us to come out and support his fundraisers, it's definitely always on our to-do list.
Heath brought up the point that a lot of young people who are being sexually abused do not know who to turn to when that's happening. What would you tell them who might be watching this show today, who might be being sexually abused? What should they do?
I think Heath said it tonight. You have to speak up on it because it can be like a cancer, and the only way you can deal with it is to deal with it the right way as far as treatment and talking to people and getting it out. So definitely reach out to Heath's organization. I think he said HeathEvansFoundation.com or something like that, and find out who you can talk to. There's definitely people that are willing to hear your voice and hear what you're going through.
Tell us about the Malcolm Jenkins Foundation.
Well, we're actually just getting started. I actually have my second foundation meeting this weekend. We're basically starting in New Orleans. We have 3 target areas right now: New Orleans, New Jersey, and Central Ohio, in which we're basically targeting the youth and specifically underprivileged youth, and we're basically focusing on education, social experiences, giving them things that they haven't seen as far as their awareness of what's going on, and constructive activities to give them other things to do outside of being in the streets.
As you plan your foundation, is this going to be for kindergartners on up, or is it for high school students?
I'm starting with high school students right now, and just because they're the ones that are going into the real world, and these are the ones that we need to prepare to then go back and give back to the future or the generation behind them.
How will you address peer pressure with them and how to handle it? Because so many good kids sometimes go bad because of peer pressure.
Well, the thing is, you want to surround them around other kids that have the same ideas. So what we're going to try to do is get a group of kids together, give them some good fundamentals, and now they can help each other do that. They're not going back to just their own friends and trying to, be the one to stand tall. They can lean on each other and lean on us in the community. And I think, that village mindset of where we help each other, help ourselves, that'll bring up the community.
Did something happen in your life that was the reason you picked this cause for your foundation? Why is it important to you?
Yeah, I just love the youth, and I think whenever you talk about changing the future, if you want to see something change, it starts with them. We're once you get older, it's kind of too late. We're the generation that's up and out. These are the ones that are coming up that are following our steps, and these are the ones that we need to influence. So I've always had a passion for encouraging the youth and helping out the youth, and I think this is definitely a good cause.
Hope we can help you with your foundation. Good luck, Malcolm.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jonathan Vilma and Malcolm Jenkins, for your foundations playing a big role in our community and helping people around the world. When we come back, we'll hear from Roman Harper and his foundation and his support for the Heath Evans Foundation. All of that right after this on Talking Chalk. Welcome back to Talkin' Chalk. It's back to Zephyr Field and the Heath Evans Foundation softball game benefiting sexually abused children in our area. Another person who loves helping children and helping the community is Pro Bowl strong safety Roman Harper. He had more fun at this softball game than you could ever imagine. Let's talk to Roman, find out what his foundation's all about and why supporting the Heath Evans Foundation is also important to him.
It's to be very gratifying to see the response of the crowd to the Heath Evans Foundation and to the Saints.
Yeah, man, it's always good to have a good turnout and everything like that, man. He's grown, his foundation really represents a really nice thing. Has a lot of people, it affects a lot of kids, and you never know until, you know, somebody really affects somewhere close to your home, and you look out and it's affecting so many people in this crowd and a lot of families across the country. So Heath and his wife are doing a really great thing, and anytime the players, we all come out here and show a little face and a little time, man, it goes a really long way.
Is there a special reason why you're supporting this foundation, or is it just because it's a teammate?
You know what, man? It really is just about being there for your teammate and his family and his foundation, and always trying to reach out and be a nice guy. And anytime you can give back, whether it's time or money or anything like that, man, it's always a good thing. And Heath has a really good guy, and anytime I can support him and his foundation, I'm down for it.
He brought up one thing that's very interesting in talking about his foundation. He said a lot of times sexually abused kids don't know who to cry out to. What would you tell someone watching this show today if they were in that situation? Who should they cry out to?
You know, you got to open up to somebody, whether it's a friend, a friend's mother, a father, somebody you can trust. And you just got to understand you're not the only one out there. And have faith in God and everybody else that there's somebody out there looking out there for you. And it's always a shoulder to cry on. And just understand that you're not the only one. And your situation, somebody else has been through it before and has lived through it, and has still probably living to tell that story. So just got to understand that, and just understand that reaching out there to whether it's your teacher, your counselor, somebody close to you or in your family that can really reach out there and help you.
And sometimes it's people you would least suspect. Heath brought up the fact that even NFL players, in some cases, when they were youth, when they were young, were raped, they sexually abused or something like that. So it's not just specific to any one environmental group or anything along that line, is it?
No, not at all, man. It's, you're amazed at how many people are affected by these things, and it really touches so many families across this country, and you just never know, because so many people don't know, and you know, and then all of a sudden you get them into a closed room, they can open up with somebody that's been through the same situation, and it's touched so many people, and so many people have been through it.
Roman Harper, tell us a little bit about your foundation.
It's Harper's Hope 41 and 41 actually, and it's actually for after-school programs for kids, and it started back in Prattville, Alabama, back in Alabama, my state where I'm from. And Heath knows a little bit about Alabama, being from an Auburn guy. So I came back there, put on a little reading program this past year for kids. I had a really good turnout with about 4 different schools throughout the state. And just trying to do as much as I can, man. I've been blessed with so much in my family and my life, and I'm always trying to give back with time or any kind of foundation or charity or any kind of football camp all throughout the off season. I'm all about it, and I'm just trying to do as much as I can for as many as I can, and just hopefully I can touch 1 or 2 of those kids, and hopefully deter them from doing the bad thing or getting them back on the right path, and just doing the right thing, man. And that's all I've been brought up upon, and that's all I'm trying to share with everybody else.
Was there a special reason you picked that as your foundation?
Because so many times kids get in so much trouble after school and everything, and I just know kids are our future, and if we don't look out for them, then who else are we going to look out for? This country is, you know, still young and growing, and they are the future of this country, and I'm just trying to get as many of them on the right path as I can. And I know the youth is everything to us, and just trying to continue to raise them. When I was young, I was very influential, and if any time an older person that I looked up to or anything like that came back and spoke, I would always try and listen and at least pick up one good thing from them and try and use it in my life.
Well, that's very, very special. So you can name that one specific example that happened in your life as to why you started your own foundation.
Yeah, man. Well, really, my mom and I came up with the idea. I wanted to find a way to give back and everything. But For example, Kevin Turner, he's the only other guy from Prattville, Alabama that's been to the NFL. He played 8, 9, 10 years, and he's just got diagnosed with Lou Gehrig's disease, ALS and everything. So very unfortunate, man. He's doing really well, and for the best as he can. But he's out speaking, doing as much as he can with his foundation and his whole ALS battle, and we're just trying to do as much as I can, man. He's been a big influence on me growing up. He would always come back and speak to us, and I saw his posters when I was growing up, man, and all those little things count to me, and I just want to be that second-tier guy to try and continue to keep this thing going.
Lastly, you've been around a long time, and that's a compliment to you. Roman, your life has been good. God's been good to you. The NFL's been good to you. Just as you look back and you think about your career, your life, your thoughts.
I'm just trying to live it to the fullest, man. You never know when your time is called, and just always trying to do the right thing, man. And it's always, sometimes it's not the easiest way to go, but just always trying to treat everybody how you should, how you want to be treated, and just do it right, man. Just do it the right way, and God will bless you in many other ways, man. You have no idea, and I'm just happy to be where I'm at. I've been able to do so many things. Football's opened up every door in my life, and I'm just happy to be where I'm at.
Thank you, Roman Harper. You know, folks, it's always fun to attend a Saints game and support the New Orleans Saints, but it's also fun to support their foundations. When you hear that one of the Saints is having a foundation event, support it with your attendance, support it financially if you can. What you give, you'll get back in return many times. Hope you enjoyed this edition of Talking Chalk. Join us next week with more on Talking Chalk on WHNO TV 20 Sports.